meets envy. You get what you saw last night. Caitlin Clark being shunned out of the game, iced out of the game, ignored, teammates refusing to pass her the ball. We got Angel Reese taking it coast to coast, Caitlin Clark right next to her, refusing to give her the ball, going, pushing, giving it to Dearica Hamby, and the ball it's a turnover. What we saw yesterday was the definition of jealousy.
Some athletes play to win, others play to be seen. And when those two mindsets share the same floor, the tension is hard to miss. Team USA just gave a masterclass, not in running plays, but in what it looks like when ego shows up in a jersey and forgets what team is supposed to mean. Drop a comment below. Is Angel Reese hurting the team's chemistry, or are people overreacting? Let me know what you think.
Angel. We couldn't get through 2 games without this issue rearing its ugly head. Game 1, saw a lot of praise for you, actually. Game 1, I saw a lot of chatter. Whoa, did you see that pass from CC to Angel Reese? Whoa, this connection can work. Game 1, there was a lot of praise, not only for Caitlin Clark, mostly for Caitlin Clark, but for you too. So why do we come into Game 2 trying to ruin all of that? Why do we come into Game 2 seemingly with an agenda at hand? And that agenda was, damn.
All right, let's go through what really happened. When it's this obvious, when it keeps happening, and when people everywhere are reacting this strongly, you can't just act like nothing's going on. What we saw in Team USA's second game wasn't just a bad night. It wasn't missed shots or fatigue. It looked like the result of one player deciding there isn't enough spotlight for everyone. The name right in the center of it is Angel Reese, and before anyone jumps to defend her, listen closely. This isn't about tearing her down for entertainment. It's about being real about what's happening. And right now, what's happening is affecting not just her image, but the team's chances too. Let's look at the footage.
We got a rebound. Angel Reese grabs the board. Damn, says Caitlin, get the out my way. uses her right forearm to shield Caitlin from the ball like Caitlin's a defender, only to push the ball up herself. Caitlin says, oh, you got that? Oh, okay, my bad. My bad. I thought I was the point guard here, but you got that? Oh, okay. Okay. Hey, I didn't know. I thought we were on the same team, but you got that. You're right. You're the point forward. At least that's what your fans tell you.
Reese grabs the defensive rebound, which is exactly what she's supposed to do. That's her strength. But what happens next is where it gets interesting. Caitlin Clark, the point guard whose job is to run the offense and push the break, is right there next to her. Not behind the play, not out of position, right there within reach. And instead of giving her the ball, Reese uses her arm to keep Clark away, almost like she's guarding an opponent. Then she brings the ball up herself, completely skipping over the point guard standing right beside her. Clark handles it professionally. She reads the situation, adjusts, and keeps it moving because that's what real teammates do. She doesn't complain, doesn't call for the ball back, she just adapts. But let's be honest about what that moment showed. That wasn't just a basketball play. It felt like a message. Like Reese was saying, without saying it, this possession is mine.
We tried to be the PG, and we don't even hit Dearica Hamby's hands. Moving on. Next one. Like these are all bad. Angel Reese board. Give it to Caitlin Clark. Nope. Angel Reese board. You got Caitlin Clark right next to you. And what are we going to do instead? We're going to take matters into our own hands and give it the other way.
Now look at how that decision plays out right away. Reese, after choosing to push the ball herself instead of handing it to the point guard, tries to hit Dearica Hamby on the break. The pass is off, late and awkward. Hamby had already beaten her defender, but now she has to adjust, and it ends in an offensive foul. That's not on Hamby, she did her job. The issue started before the pass even left Reese's hands. If Caitlin Clark is running that break, that pass comes early and clean, before the defense can recover. Easy 2 points. Instead, it's a wasted possession because someone wanted to make the play themselves. You might let the first one slide as a quick reaction, fine, but then it happens again. Reese gets another rebound, Clark is right there again, and once again. She keeps it and tries to run the offense herself. And again, it looks off. The flow isn't there, everything feels forced, and the possession falls apart. Then it happens a third time. Same setup, same choice, same result. At some point, it stops being a mistake and starts being a pattern. And patterns tell you exactly what's going on. What makes it tougher to ignore is we've already seen what it looks like when these two actually work together the right way. Go back to the All-Star game a couple years ago. Clark drives, defense collapses, easy drop-off to Reese for a bucket. Simple basketball. Look at game 1 of the same stretch. Clark gets the ball, sees Reese running, and delivers it perfectly for an easy finish. So it's not about whether Clark will pass to Reese, she already does. That's who she is. She's a facilitator first, always has been. The real question is why game 2 looked so different. One possible reason is the narrative that's followed Clark since she entered the league. There's been a lot of talk labeling her as selfish, as someone who shoots too much and wants all the attention. But if you actually watch her, it doesn't hold up. She creates for others, she gives up good looks, and she just showed that with Reese. But when that kind of narrative gets repeated enough, it can start to affect how people see things. Even teammates. It can shift the mindset. Instead of focusing on beating the opponent, it turns into competing with your own teammate. And that's where things started to break down in game 2. Reese came in with a lot of praise after game 1, and it was deserved. People were starting to believe this duo could really work. Then game 2 happened, clips started spreading, and the reaction turned quickly. Analysts and fans pointed out that she was trying to play point forward on a team that already has one of the best playmakers in the game. And that's not something that usually works. A lot of people said the same thing in different ways. Reese isn't the point guard, and when she tries to be, the offense doesn't look right. That's not a knock on her talent. She's a strong player. She rebounds, scores inside, and brings real value. But basketball is built on roles. And when someone steps outside that role trying to control the ball, the pace, or the spotlight, it throws everything off. There was even a photo going around showing Reese using her arm to keep Clark away from the ball. Whether that was the intention or not, that's how it looked, and that's how people took it. The image stuck because it told a clear story. One teammate keeping another from running the play. And the wild part is, she got what she wanted in that moment. She had the ball, she controlled the pace. But the offense stalled, the team struggled, and all that momentum from game 1 disappeared. So now the bigger question is what kind of team USA wants to be. Because in the one game where Clark wasn't clearly running the offense, everything looked out of sync. Not just a little off, completely disorganized. That's real evidence. And any serious coaching staff is going to look at that and make changes. Against top competition, this kind of issue doesn't just hurt chemistry, it costs games. Clark isn't someone you take the ball out of. She's someone you build around. When she's running things, the offense flows. Teammates get better looks, the pace makes sense, and decisions come quickly. When she's not involved, especially when she's being kept out of the action, you get exactly what showed up in game 2. So now it's on the coaching staff to set the tone. This team has talent, no question. But talent without structure doesn't win. Right now, it feels like one player is putting personal control ahead of team flow. The film shows it. The results back it up. The fix isn't complicated. Define the roles, stick to them, and make it clear that the team comes first. Because right now, the only thing Team USA is leading in is online debate. And that doesn't win anything. Angel Reese has talent, no one's arguing that. But talent without discipline turns into wasted potential. If you think Caitlin Clark deserves better from her teammates, hit that like button. If you want more real, unfiltered sports breakdowns, subscribe and drop your thoughts below.